Marie, Queen of Romania, was a granddaughter of both Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom and Alexander II, Emperor of Russia. She was born Princess Marie of Edinburgh on the 29th of October 1875 in Kent, England. Her parents were Prince Alfred, Duke of Edinburgh, and later Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, and Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna of Russia. She had 5 siblings, but one was stillborn. They were Alfred, Victoria Melita, Alexandra, and Beatrice. Marie was nicknamed Missy by her family. She grew up in Germany, England, and Malta, depending on where her father was stationed for his job. Her father was absent frequently due to his career in the Navy, and her mother raised Marie and her siblings. When the Duke was home, he was affectionate and would play with his children, inventing games for them. Marie was closest to her sister Victoria Melita. The sisters' education was often neglected, as their mother did not think they were very bright nor gifted. She let them read, but only in the fields of painting and drawing. Marie recalled her time in Malta as the happiest time in her life. It was here she fell in love with Maurice Burke, the captain of her father's ship. The infatuation was one-sided on Marie's part and went nowhere. In the early 1890s, her father became the Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, and the family then resided in Coburg. Marie was close to her cousin, Prince George of Wales, the future George V of the United Kingdom. Marriage was considered between the prince and princess, and almost everyone was in agreement with the marriage going ahead, except their mothers. When George proposed, Marie rejected the proposal, as her mother was against the marriage. George and Marie continued to be close throughout their lives. Instead, Marie married Ferdinand, Crown Prince of Romania, on the 10th of January 1893. A civil ceremony and 2 religious ceremonies in the Catholic and Protestant faiths were held. Together they had 6 children: Carol, Elizabeth, Maria, Nicholas, Ileana, and Mercia. Marie was a free-spirited woman and found life in the Romanian court challenging due to its strict nature. The King Carol I, Ferdinand's uncle, controlled every aspect of the couple's lives, leaving the couple with very little free will. Her marriage was also a struggle, as they found it difficult to live together. During her marriage, it is believed that Marie had several affairs, and one of her lovers was possibly the father of her 2 youngest children, Ileana and Mercia. Despite the speculation, Ferdinand recognized and acknowledged the children as his own. At the beginning of the First World War, Carol I died, and Ferdinand ascended the Romanian throne. During the war, Marie participated in charity work, rallying support for the war effort. She also served as a nurse. In 1919, after the war, she represented Romania at the Paris Peace Conference and helped to bring about Romania's huge gains at the end of the conference. In 1922, Ferdinand and Marie had their coronation ceremony. An Orthodox cathedral called the Coronation Cathedral was built, and the 2 were crowned there in an elaborate ceremony. A few years later, Marie converted to the Orthodox faith, which endeared her to the Romanian people. She travelled extensively in her later years, drawing huge crowds wherever she went. On the 20th of July 1927, Ferdinand died. Their eldest son, Carol, had renounced his right to the throne, so his 5-year-old son, Michael, succeeded as king. A regency council was established and led by Michael's uncle, Nicholas. Only 3 years later, Carol returned to Romania and reclaimed the throne for himself. He later abdicated in 1940 and Michael returned to the throne. After several years in mourning, Marie returned to public life, while also enjoying her final years in the company of her children and grandchildren. Throughout her life, she wrote her memoirs, which were published. Queen Marie of Romania passed away on the 18th of July 1938 in the presence of her son Carol, her daughter Elizabeth, and her grandson Michael. Her body lay in state for 3 days before she was buried. At her request, her heart was interred in the Stella Maris Chapel at Balchik Palace. When Balchik became a part of Bulgaria, her heart was then moved to Bran Castle before being moved to the National History Museum. Finally, her heart was laid to rest at Pelsier Castle.